Hi, my name is Ewan, and today I'll be doing the Economist watches for the pursuit of happiness. So, just a little bit of the movie summary. So, this story goes over a struggling salesman named Chris Gardner. He's played by Will Smith. So, kind of like the main, kind of like the conflict comes from Chris investing in medical devices that he believes would sell and they do not sell, and he's kind of forced into financial difficulties. So a little about Chris. He's a single father. He's a son named Christopher, and that's kind of like the main plot of this movie is him finding a stable job to both support him and his son. He lands a unpaid stockbroker internship, and against all the odds, he actually gets the full-time position after. Um, but throughout the movie, it goes over the tough conditions he goes in as working hard and then going home and um, sleeping in homeless shelters and barely making it by. But his determination, his resilience is what stands out and gets him through at the end. So the first concept I want to go over is job turnover and frictional unemployment. So short-term unemployment and frictional unemployment that kind of goes in part of moving from the old job to the new job. Um, this happens when you either uh, go to a new industry or new career. Chris has this when he goes from the medical device sales job and he has to look for other employment. And in that time frame of not having a job to gain the unpaid internship, that is frictional unemployment. Um, and it's even during that internship, he's not even sure that he will get full-time offer after completing it. So this relates to the real world. Many professionals had this, they often change careers or change industries during their lives. It's happened a lot during COVID with all those layoffs and people looking for new jobs and new industries and new careers in general. Um, so kind of a quote that I thought was relevant is when Will Smith, aka Chris, goes, he wasn't smiling because he was lucky, he was smiling because he was happy. Chris says this quote when he sees Stockbroker at the beginning of the movie, and he kind of understands at the end of the movie why he's happy is that the man, not just because of the money, he's just happy because of the financial stability and a stable job. Next concept I want to go over to is economic mobility and wage growth. So economic mobility is when a person climbs the career ladder through new jobs. This relates when Chris starts low-paying medical device sales job to unpaid internship to high-paying stockbroker. Uh, this happens in the real world all the time when a person moves up in a new job either through promotion or they pick up a new skill or a new degree and it allows them to be elevated to a new role. So Chris, I thought this quote represents it pretty well as Chris reflects on his economic transition when he says, "This part of my life, this little part, is called happiness." It's when he finally got the full-time job. Next concept I will go over is labor discrimination in the gig economy. This first slide is going to be mainly focused on labor discrimination. So labor market discrimination comes in many different forms and can influence job opportunities. Social capital and your social network plays a huge role in securing a job. Come from my personal experience, that be way easier if you knew your interviewers or knew some sort of person on the inside that could help you, guide you, or even just be a reference. So Chris has barriers, obviously to him, not having a college degree, not really having a strong um, career social network on four brokers. He literally said high school, and then he was in the Navy, and then he did the medical device company. So not really any sort of connection. So it's efficient discrimination based on Chris not having the skills to get the full-time job at the start by not having the educational requirement and the practical industry skills. So that was the thing that I thought was pretty funny too, just about the interview. But just kind of continuing focusing on the gig economy this time. So Chris partakes in the gig economy, is having his first job, getting little benefits, and having extremely variable pay. Uh, the medical device sales was almost entirely commission based, extremely unstable since it's commission based, still at least the day to day. One of the key skills he learns for the job is being adaptable, which was does happen during this interview. Um, when he shows up looking like that, and he makes a humorous remark of, "Oh, he must have had some really nice pants." But quote that I want to go that I thought was relevant is I'm the type of person where if you ask me a question, and I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you I don't know. But I bet you what, I know how to find the answer and I will find the answer. So it's showing how adaptable he is. Obviously, that previous experience is pretty relevant in this situation. Um, and kind of going into that, kind of the conclusion. Ultimately, a great movie. Learned a lot. Kind of just learned more about economic mobility and frictional unemployment. Um, so not only does it depend on the workforce or work conditions, but also depends a lot on the individual and their determination and their work effort. In this case, Chris. Um, and also, frictional unemployment happens, and it's important not to panic and search for other opportunities. The skills you get per job make you more and more valuable, and ultimately lead to more successful roles down the line, and also to plan for the future you want, not just for the job. Um, do with focus on career development in an economic sense. Focus on the one where you'll get the highest ROI, and focus on job security and financial stability plot. Um, and ultimately, Chris shows that you can all do this with the right mindset. You can literally go from being frictional unemployment to high income owner and move upwards pretty easily with the right mindset. Um, Obviously, this movie's a little dated, and I don't know how accurate this movie actually was in real life if you do this, but ultimately, it was a great movie to watch. And I'd like to end this for a little quote just by him. You can read that if you want, but great movie, and thanks for watching.